Look, check this out. People say, you know, people be like, man, I feel sorry for such and such. They in this predicament, they in that predicament. You have to understand, everybody had the same opportunity that you had. And what people done with their opportunity is what they done with their opportunity. I'm gonna give you an example. Everybody that has a big family, everybody that has at least 2 or 3 kids, they get a good income tax check. So what do they do with their income tax check? All right, let's start right there. Everybody get 24 hours, right? You pretty much have the same shot at life as majority of the people. Now, you will have 10% of the people who have a significantly better chance than you of making it, but everybody can survive. Let me give you an example. It's a job in my area. Will hire you off the street and give you $18, $19 an hour with no experience. And on that same job, within 3 years, you'll be making $30 an hour. Now, once you start making the $30 an hour, you can go buy you a brand new car. You can go get a mortgage, or you can go rent a place. Right? All right. Now, you have a job and you have secured shelter. What you do from there is on you. And what I mean by what you do from there is on you. You don't need a brand new car. You can get a good used car and start stacking your money. And I remember talking to this older guy. He wasn't older. I was like 20 at the time. He was like 36. And I remember him saying, he was saying the same dumb junk Tupac was saying. One person shouldn't have that much money. Well, that one person put himself in the position to make that much money. So, and that one person that becomes successful don't owe anybody nothing. Right? Now, I'm going to use myself as an example. And we're going to use hypothetical numbers. If my full-time job was paying me $30,000 a year, I start a business and I start making $90,000 a year. If I start making 3 times the amount of money I was when I was at my full-time job. And at the end of it all, the only thing I've done at the end of it all was get a new truck and top-of-the-line equipment. I failed myself. And you take another person, they was making $30,000 a year on their full-time job. They start a business and triple their income, where they're now making $90,000. Again, hypothetical numbers. If they continue to live on that $30,000 and that other $60,000, they start investing it. And now they go from making $90 a year to $180. And then 3 years later, they go from making $180 to about $360. And at the end of it all, they have a portfolio worth $10 million. And at the end of it all, for me, the only thing I got was a brand new truck and top-of-the-line equipment and like 300 lawn accounts. I failed myself. We all have the same opportunities. If you didn't grow up in a crack house, in the projects, and I remember I heard a black guy say on the video, he said, "What's wrong with you people?" He said, if you wake up, you live in the projects and you say, I have to get out of here, I don't want to live here, then you make steps to get out. If not, you can use your situation to hold yourself back. Like, I could have done that. Again, you have to understand, my father had his own business. He was making $200,000-$300,000 a year in the 90s. That's good money today. He was making that in the 90s. He hurt his back, had to have surgery, and then got addicted to the painkillers, which led down a whole rabbit hole of him doing hardcore drugs. My mother was a stay-at-home wife and we was homeschooled. But when my father got addicted to the drugs, she had to go to work. And my mother went to work to become a phlebotomist, you know, where they draw blood. And I don't think my mother's ever made over $60,000, $65,000, if that. So I could have used that and going to public school. You just about on the poverty line, because you gotta understand, I started going to public school in the doggone hood, and I'm wearing Walmart and Kmart shoes to school, and everybody else got on Michael Jordans, Reeboks, and all this. Allen Iverson shoes was big back then. Jerry Stackhouse shoes was big back then. I ain't see them. All of that was big back then. And I could have used that as my situation and be like, yeah, man, my father failed me. He got on drugs, and then, you know, we was poor, so hey, I'm just gonna stay in the poverty. Nah, when I seen that my mother couldn't buy me the things that I wanted, I didn't even ask for them because I knew she can't get it. So when I turned 15 and I realized, and I got me a job at Classy Chassis, and I would go to work, and all the labor's high, clock out, clock out. I said, man, I can't make no money here. And then when I got on at Taco Bell at 16, and them folks said, you can work as much as you want. And the manager was like, well, here, high school kid, he can't work past 9. You better shut up talking to me. I was at that place 5 days a week, running it up. And I realized, man, the more you work, the more money you make. It was on from then. So I didn't blame myself. I just knew, hey, bro, you got to go make it shake. And now that I realize, hey, the harder you work, the more money you make, and I start squandering the money, you start, again, hypothetical example, you start making $1,000 a day, and then you spending $800 a day, and at the end of it all, you don't have nothing, blame yourself. You are the only one to blame in that situation. So when you see somebody that's broke, struggling, and poor, they choose to be poor, broke, and struggling because they have done nothing to change their situation. They choose to be right there where they are at. And the reason I say I don't feel sorry for them because I'm getting up every day working like a doggone maniac. Like that guy said, bro, you working on a Sunday morning at 5 a.m.? Yeah. I'm going to go work Sunday 3 hours. Then I'm going to go to church. Then I'm going to get out of church. I'm going to go work some more. And then I'm going to go back to church. If you do all of that, if you put your hand to the plow, God will make sure you're okay. God will make sure you're okay. Let me